all grain brewing doesn't have to use a lot of equipment. Here I'm brewing in a small batch, which is handy for an experimental brew, or indeed if you're just starting to brew all grain and don't yet want to get lots of equipment. The only equipment that you would need here above what you'd normally have for a kit brew would be a large enough saucepan and a square of muslin to strain through. Here I'm brewing a small batch of a bittersweet stout, which I can thoroughly recommend you try. The use of mild ale malt instead of just pale malt adds a lovely richness and slight sweetness to the beer. The crystal malt adds more richness and depth of colour and flavour, the flaked barley adds a nice grainy flavour, and the Carafa Special 3 adds a nice roasted flavour without the harshness of black malt or roasted barley. This is a screenshot of the software that I used to design this beer. It helped me work out the different attributes that different quantities of ingredients would give the beer. The first step was to bring 4 litres of our brewing water up to about 70 degrees C, which is our strike heat. The temperature will drop as soon as we add the grains because the grains are cooler than the water. So all our grains here are weighed out and added to the brewing water, bit by bit, mixing as we go to avoid any dry pockets of grain. The temperature of this mash should be around 65-66 degrees C, so we just need to adjust the heat if necessary to keep it at that temperature for around 90 minutes. After this time we take it off the heat, then strain it through a muslin, keeping the liquid, returning it to the saucepan and bringing it to the boil. Then we add the hops and boil for another 90 minutes, adding the late hops 15 minutes before the end of the boil, along with some protofloc to help the beer clear. At the end of this 90-minute boil, we cool the wort, make it up to volume if necessary with more water, aerate it with a spoon with vigorous stirring, and then we can add our yeast.